welcome to Chair Shots to the Cranium Interviews. I am Stephen Goforth. First off, let me thank you so much for taking the time to listen to this interview. I'd like to encourage all the fans to go and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Chair Shots to the Cranium, and Apple Podcasts. Any ratings, 5-star ratings you're willing to give me is much appreciated. You can also follow me on Instagram and Twitter. That's Chair2Cranium, Chair, the number 2, and Cranium. So Chair2Cranium on Instagram and on Twitter. You can also follow me on Facebook, Chair Shots to the Cranium. And last but not least, you can pick up your own Chair Shots to the Cranium merch at prowrestlingtees.com/Chair Shots to the Cranium. Again, your support is tremendously appreciated. So without further ado, let's head into my interview with the one and only Pride of Mexico, Alberto Del Rio. Ladies and gentlemen, my guest on Chair Shots to the Cranium Interviews is a man who's had countless accomplishments in the world of professional wrestling. He experienced a very successful amateur wrestling career. He's a former 2-time WWE champion, 2-time World Heavyweight champion, 2-time United States champion, a unified GFW Heavyweight champion, a Money in the Bank winner, the 2011 Royal Rumble winner, and he comes from one of the most famous Lucha Libre families. Please welcome the Pride of Mexico, Alberto Del Rio. Alberto, how are you?
I'm good, my friend. How are you? Thank you for having me in your show today.
I'm glad to have you. Thank you so much for being here. Before we start this interview, let me congratulate you for recently becoming a citizen of the United States. That is fantastic.
It is, my friend. Thank you so much. It was a fantastic experience. It was a fantastic experience because I had the honor to be the one giving the speech for all the other people getting their citizenship that day. And I also had the privilege of having my good friend Ricardo Rodriguez with me that day for that very important day of my life.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, tell the fans about what's...
My friend. It was great. and you know, I gave them an amazing speech. I mean, I think it was one of the best speeches I had in my life, and I gave it my life, and it was fantastic, my friend. Everybody enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, and it was a great day for me and my family.
Well, tell the fans about what's new in your life and your wrestling career.
Well, some people know, maybe some people know this, some others don't. But of course, pro wrestling is my love, it's my passion. But I'm also doing other stuff down there in the country where I was born, in Mexico. I'm doing some acting down there. I'm about to start a comedy show, a comedy TV show, at the end of November. I'm also I'm still in Combate America, the MMA company, which I'm really happy to be part of, because in few years we have become the second most important organization when it comes to MMA out there, because of the numbers, because of the rating, and the places we're going and the places we're reaching. So and you know, also continue doing my pro wrestling stuff, because I will always say this: pro wrestling is my real love. All the other activities are just my lovers. and in the world of pro wrestling, well, next week I'm going to India with a group of fantastic friends, fantastic wrestlers, like Chavo Guerrero, DJ Black, and many other guys who are going to be part of that tour. I have Turkey coming up and all those shows down there in Mexico. But I'm about to. Well, this is going to be. It was going to be a surprise, but I'm gonna give it to you today. I'm gonna be doing a lot of shows in the Georgia area, especially in Atlanta, and it's gonna be fantastic because I'm gonna be facing great wrestlers, great guys with a lot of talent. Some of them are legends already, and it's gonna be fun, man.
Well, that leads me
to
about
go and work, perform, have fun with my good friends from the Universal Championship Wrestling, and I'm pretty excited about it. My friend.
Well, that leads me to my next question about you just coming to an agreement with Universal Championship Wrestling and its owner, Ron Gossett. So how do you feel about wrestling with UCW, and what made you choose them over Impact and AAA?
Well, number one, but since you mentioned AAA, number one, Ronnie, he's paying me. He's not just BSing me with sending the money or anything like that. He's a man of his word, and we came to a fantastic agreement. And you know what? These days, I just want to be happy, man. I'm tired of all the BS that we have in the business these days. I'm tired of all the lies, all the BS, my friend. And like I was telling Ronnie, I'm just trying to find a place where I can continue having fun in the world of pro wrestling, and seeing good friends, having good matches, great matches, but most important, having peace of mind, you know. And I think that's what I'm gonna be finding with my good friend Ronnie in his company. He has a lot of talent in that locker room. Some of them are really good friends of your humble server, Alberto Del Rio, and some others I haven't had the pleasure of meeting them before or being in the ring with them before, but I'm pretty sure it's going to happen pretty soon with my good friends from Universal Championship Wrestling.
Well, I don't believe you've been in a one-on-one match with the current UCW heavyweight champion, Big Papa Pump Scott Steiner. What are your thoughts on possibly standing across the ring from a legendary wrestler such as Steiner?
No, you just said it. He's a legend. So for Alberto, for me, it's going to be an honor. I mean, I grew up in this business, and I have nothing but respect for all those guys who passed away for all of us. All those legends, all those great names, Bret the Hit My Heart, Ric Flair, Scott Steiner, and all the others out there. And same for the ones in Mexico, my uncle made Máscaras, my father, those caras, El Santo, Blue Demon, all those guys who were busting their trasero for years and years and years. So guys like me and many others can be in the beautiful pro wrestling business today.
Let's go back to the start of your career. As many know, your father was the famous Dos Caras, and your uncle is a WWE Hall of Famer, Mil Máscaras. Some fans listening may not know that you were a very accomplished Greco-Roman wrestler early on in your career. You won the Central American and Caribbean Games 3 times, and you won a medal at the Pan American Games and almost competed in the 2000 Olympic Games. How much did these experiences and your family history feed into you becoming a professional wrestler?
Well, you know, I have always been in love with pro wrestling. And to be honest, even starting as an amateur wrestler was just part of my goal or my ideas or the things I needed to do in order to become a professional wrestler. I think my dad always knew where I was going in life, in my career, and that's the reason he pushed me so hard to start practicing amateur wrestling, and then because I became a successful one at a young age, I continued to do it, and thank God I was able to represent my country in many tournaments, and I've been traveling in the world since I'm 8 years old. So when you have the opportunity to do something like that, you see the business in a different way. You see life in a different way. Of course, you have to do a lot of sacrifices, and you don't do what the other kids are doing or the other teenagers are doing growing up. But you know, I mean, you're doing something different, something spectacular, and I'm pretty happy of everything I've done in my life, and I'm trying to pass that to the children, especially to my son Joseph, because he's an athlete. He He loves sports. He always wants to do stuff, whatever it is. If it's football season, he wants to play football. If it's baseball season, he wants to play baseball. And I cannot complain about my life.
Let's chat about your time in WWE. You debuted with them. When you debuted with them, you were accompanied by your manager and personal ring announcer, Ricardo Rodriguez, like you mentioned earlier. I thought Ricardo did a great job of getting you over when you first started with the company. Where did the idea come from having him announce for you?
Well, it was fantastic. The whole idea the whole idea from Vince with the Alberto Del Rio character, with the cars, with the personal ring announcer, was amazing. My time with the time Ricardo and I had in WWE was fantastic. But, I mean, I always want to say this: we're all working together in the ring. All of us, the referee, your opponent, you, and you have a manager. Don't forget the ones doing all the jobs, those taking all the bumps, are the ones in the match. So if the one in the match taking the bumps and doing all the moves and taking all the risks, the one that gets over, I mean, of course you use all the other elements. Those other elements help, but it's you getting over by the stuff you do in the ring and busting your trasero and risking your life in the ring and putting your body on the line in order to get to the place where you want to get in your career. Ricardo Rodriguez is one of my best friends, not just in the business and in life, and we're still together till this day. Till this day, he just moved to San Antonio a few months back, and he's going to be helping me. I'm going to be opening a gym in 8-10 weeks from now, and he's going to be the one helping me there. He's the one with my guys. They're going to be the ones in charge of the pro wrestling part of the business. So I'm going to be having MMA, boxing, and also pro wrestling. And, I mean, you pay loyalty with loyalty. He was a loyal friend. He was a loyal manager while I was there in WWE. And of course, these days we continue doing what we do, what we love the most together. But these days we do it here in Texas. And every time I have the opportunity to have him with me in the wrestling shows, I always have him with me.
Well, no one will ever forget some of those fantastic cars you came to the ring in. Tell me how that became part of your character.
Well, I mean, I have always been a big fan of muscle cars. I mean, of course, luxurious cars. I mean, who doesn't, right?
Exactly.
So, I mean, it was fantastic to be having a different car every Monday, every Tuesday. And of course, because of that, and because WWE did a fantastic job when I first came to the scene, to the WWE scene, I did well. I was in every single pay-per-view. I was in every single TV. I was able to do well financially with those guys, and I have the opportunity to buy beautiful cars in real life, not just for 15 seconds on TV. And I have some classic cars, and those are the ones I love the most. I actually rebuild cars for my kids. My plan. I hope I can do that. I hope I can live enough to do that. And I rebuilt three Mustangs, a 65, a 67, and a 68 for my children. The 65 is Joseph's car. The 67 is Stephanie's car, and the 68 is Sophie's car.
Nice.
They're beautiful, man. But yeah, man, it was a fantastic time when I was there. Everything we did, I left a lot of friends. I had fantastic matches with fantastic performers like John Cena, like CM Punk, like Kane, like Big Show, like Randy Mysterio. I mean, and all the others that escape from my mind right now. But I want to say thank you to all of them because I had a lot of fun, and I think we created good wrestling and good car wrestling every single night. And we had fun, which is the most important part of this career. no matter what you do, you always have to have fun.
Well, I was at WrestleMania 27 in Atlanta when Edge destroyed one of those cars. How was that planned? I hated to see such a great car get destroyed like that.
Well, my friend, amigo, when you have a multi-billionaire company, destroying a car like that, it will be like us destroying a 1985 Datsun or Toyota. I mean, it's like for them it was like nothing. I mean, it was like, for Edge was fun because, I mean, how many times can you say in life that you had the opportunity to destroy a Rolls Royce?
No doubt.
It's like a dream come true for some people, and I mean, it was a fantastic time. I think it was a perfect ending for that match. You know, I mean, the whole stuff with the weeks before with me attacking Edge everywhere and hurting him and just beating his trasero every single week all over the place, all over the arena, all over the world, and to lead to WrestleMania and Edge final match, and then them destroying the car. I think it was the perfect ending for that rivalry.
Now, you've had some tremendous matches and rivalries with John Cena during your career with WWE. How would you compare your matches and feuds with Cena to others that you've had in your career?
I mean, Cena is fantastic. Seriously, I hate when people don't give Cena the credit he deserves. These days, unfortunately, some fans, not all the fans, but some fans, they think just because you can do 1,000 moonsaults and you can do spot after spot after spot and spot and spot, they think that's pro wrestling. That's not real pro wrestling. Pro wrestling is to go out there just going out there and actually wrestle, like creating magic without doing spots, just going out there and hearing the crowd and to listen to the crowd and know what they want in that moment. When you plan stuff, I mean, you don't know if that crowd is going to enjoy what you planned. But if you go out there and just create that magic because you have the skills to create that magic and take those fans in that roller coaster of emotions, that's real pro wrestling. And there's no one better than Cena for that. When I started working with Cena, I mean, it was fantastic, you know, because I learned so much from him. Mm-hmm. And that part about like going out there, having fun, and just hearing the crowd and trying different things to have a great match and entertain them. I think I can tell you that Cena had a lot to do for me to learn how to do it, you know. So I always enjoyed my time in that company and those matches with him, and I guess all I can say is thank you, you know.
Yeah, they were very memorable. And are there any others that stand out to you besides Cena that were some of your best?
Oh, Cena, CM Punk. I remember all my matches with my good friend Randy Mysterio Jr. I remember one with CM Punk in Japan. Seriously, it was a masterpiece. And you know, we got there, we were jet lagged, and I went out the night before with some friends. But I think, no need to say the names, but we went out, and then the next day we had a full house, a packed building, and the vibe in the building was amazing. And Punk and Punk and I are really good friends. I have nothing but respect for Phil for everything he has done in his career and also in his MMA career, because it takes a lot of guts. You have to be a real man to take that challenge.
Oh, yeah.
Going inside the cage and fighting against another person. And Phil and I created magic that night. regardless of being jet lagged and tired and stuff, we gave them a hell of a match for 30 minutes. They were going nuts, and I will always remember that one in Japan, especially because Japan is one of my favorite places to wrestle. And all that people, the big show, working with that amazing person, amazing human being, amazing performer, that giant that can move like he was a lightweight, and he makes everything in the ring, creates magic in the ring. Same stuff. He goes out there. He always has fun. And he doesn't do spot after spot after spot. He gives the crowd what they want just by listening, by using his wrestling skills like real wrestlers do.
Now, as everyone knows, your relationship with Paige has ended, but how did you hear about the neck injury she sustained back in December of last year that's sidelined her career, unfortunately, and what went through your mind when you heard about this, considering the fact that she has that tremendous love and passion for the business?
Well, to be honest, my friend, I closed that book. I closed that book a long time ago. I wish nothing but the best to Paige. It's too bad she cannot wrestle anymore because, like you just said it, she has a lot of talent. I remember saying this once. She could have been like the most successful diva of all time. But, unfortunately, things happen in this career. It's not easy. Yeah. That's why I hate people. When people say this is fake, pro wrestling is fake fighting, I hate when people say that because, yes, it's entertaining, but the risk we take in the ring, they're completely real. And, it's pretty bad that happened to her, but that's all I can say.
Well, Alberto, I like to take questions from chair shots to the Cranium fans. This question comes from Danny Baker, and Danny wants to know who is the strongest competitor you have faced during your WWE career?
With no questions asked, John Cena. Jesus Christ, that guy is a horse. He never stops, and everybody knows that I have a fantastic cardio. Because I used to be an amateur wrestler. I started being a wrestler at the age of 8, and I competed all over the world. And I have been an athlete my entire life, and I have a great cardio. But seriously, if you are in the ring with Cena, you have to go, man. You have to bring it, because if you don't, that guy is like a horse. He doesn't stop running, moving, and creating action, and he's a machine, man. So definitely seen it.
Oh, Alberto, this is the cranium shot portion of my interview. I'm going to say a name, and you tell me the first word or brief words that pop into your cranium. Whatever comes to mind. Are you ready?
Okay.
Ultimo Guerrero.
Ultimo Guerrero. Oh my God, a friend and one of the best luchadors out there, or one of the best luchadors in history.
Jack Swagger.
Jack, my good friend Jack, another great friend in the business and in life. Just fun in and out of the ring. In and out of the ring.
All right, the Mex-American Championship.
The Mex-American Championship?
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, I had a great time when I was with Touch, but I never understood the whole Mex-America idea, and I don't think the fans understood where they were planning on going with that. So I'm just gonna say, thank you, Mex-America.
League of Nations.
League of Nations. That's a tough one. Because, those guys are my friends. I mean, that group had a lot of talent. Nothing but talent. And nothing but real killers, real fighters. I mean, there was one who was not a real killer or a real fighter, but I mean, we all were friends. We had a good time, but I don't think The reality is none of us wanted to be in that group. None of us. But that's something we ended up doing because we work in our. I mean, I used to work in that company, and you know, sometimes you have to follow rules and orders. Sometimes you have to follow orders, and that was one of those occasions when I had to follow orders.
All right. Lastly is Bobby Lashley.
Bobby Lashley, another fantastic guy, fantastic friend, and a machine. You know what? I would put Bobby right there with Cena.
Well, I was going to say, he's got to be up there.
To the most competitive wrestlers, athletes that I ever faced. He's a machine, man. He's a machine and a great guy.
Well, Alberto, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to speak with me. I cannot thank you enough.
Amigo, no, thank you so much. And you would have to say thank you to my children because they're in the backseat. And, amigo, when they want to go crazy, they go crazy. And I asked them to be quiet and to be nice for 30 minutes, to behave for 30 minutes, to do this interview. And they did. So thank you, guys. Thank you, children, Stephen, Toby, and Joseph. Amigos, thank you so much for this interview. To everyone out there, the real supporters of pro wrestling, thank you. Thank you. The real ones. Not those just behind the keyboard criticizing everything and not even buying the product, not even buying the tickets to go and support any pro wrestling show. Regardless if it's WWE, Impact, Ring of Honor, indie companies, you guys buying a ticket to go and going and having fun in any company, thank you. For those just behind the keyboard criticizing and never buying the product name, buying a ticket, well, guys, all I can say to you guys is God bless you and good luck. Amigos, I'm going to be in the Georgia area pretty soon, and please come and watch your good friend Alberto Del Rio in Universal Championship Wrestling, facing great performers, legends, great friends, and I promise you I'm going to give you everything I have and hell of a matches every single night. Thank you, my friend.
Well, Alberto, congratulations on being part of Universal Championship Wrestling, and I wish you all the best. Thank you again, my friend.
Thank you, my friend. Take care, amigo. God bless you.
Take care. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you follow Universal Championship Wrestling on social media at UCW TV to find out where and when you can see Alberto Del Rio in a UCW ring. You can also visit their website at ucwtv.com for more information. Again, that is ucwtv.com.